There's a lie we're sold from a young age, reinforced by a culture obsessed with ease, shortcuts, and instant gratification. The lie says if you're smart enough, good enough, strategic enough, you can avoid real pain, you can coast. You can find the path of least resistance. You can stay safe, you can stay comfortable. You can live a life that feels good without the messy, terrifying parts of becoming more than you are right now. And deep down, we want to believe it. We want to believe we can build the dream without the discomfort, that we can have the strength without the struggle, that we can find the shortcut that lets us skip the brutal, bloody work of growth. But here's the brutal truth, the kind of truth that if you let it in, will change your life forever. If you don't choose your pain, life will choose it for you. There is no version of this life where you avoid pain. None. You either choose the pain of discipline now, or you inherit the pain of regret later. You either choose the pain of getting up early, showing up scared, trying when you feel inadequate, or you are handed the pain of missed opportunities, wasted potential, and dreams that rot inside you. You either choose the pain of hard conversations, boundaries, risking rejection, or you are handed the pain of resentment, loneliness, relationships that drain your soul dry. You either choose the pain of taking ownership, radical, brutal ownership of your life, or you are handed the pain of living a story you hate, written by circumstances instead of courage. Life is not asking whether you want pain. Life is asking, which pain are you willing to pay for your future? Because comfort now is expensive later. Every comfort you cling to today has a cost. Every time you hit snooze, instead of building your body strength, you are choosing future weakness. Every time you avoid applying because you fear rejection, you are choosing a future where doors remain forever closed. Every time you stay silent, instead of speaking your truth, you are choosing a future where your voice is foreign, even to yourself. Every time you let fear dictate your next step, you are choosing a future ruled by fear, not freedom and the future you're building right now. With every choice, every breath, every excuse you buy, or every excuse you fight, will become the life you wake up inside. A life shaped either by courage or by default, either by conscious pain chosen, owned, faced, or by unconscious pain handed to you without mercy. Accumulated like dead you thought you could outrun. And the thing about regret, it's the heaviest kind of pain. It's the kind you can't hustle your way out of. It's the kind that no amount of success can erase later. It's the kind that sits in your chest at 2 a.m., whispering what could have been. If you had been just a little braver when it mattered. If you had been just a little more willing to bleed for your own future instead of living to protect your present comfort. Regret is savage, it is merciless. And it is entirely preventable, but only if you're willing to pay a different price. Today, the price of showing up when you'd rather hide. The price of trying when it would be easier to settle. The price of risking your pride to protect your purpose. The price of letting your temporary discomfort burn away your old limits. Because here's what most people never tell you. Growth hurts, success hurts. Healing hurts, expansion hurts. But it is a different kind of pain. It's clean pain. It's the pain that carves you into someone deeper, someone wiser, someone stronger. It's the pain that strengthens your spine instead of breaking your spirit. It's the pain that builds capacity instead of resentment. And if you can learn to lean into that pain, if you can learn to trust it, embrace it, see it as sacred, you will build a life that most people only dream of. Not because it was easier for you, but because you were willing to bleed for it, because you were willing to be uncomfortable longer than most people are willing to endure, because you were willing to live in the furnace of becoming until the heat shaped you instead of destroying you, because you were willing to stop worshipping comfort as the goal and start worshipping character. Soul resilience. The future belongs to those who choose their pain wisely, who stop asking, how do I avoid pain? And start asking, which pain leads to the life I actually want to live? Who stop bargaining for an easier path and start building the strength to walk the hard one? And you, standing exactly where you are with all your fear, all your longing, all your hunger still intact, are capable of becoming that person. You are capable of choosing the short-term discomfort that unlocks long-term freedom. You are capable of carrying the pain of discipline, of rejection, of slow, unseen growth, and turning it into the raw material for a future you are proud to call your own. You are capable of feeling the sting of failure and using it as fuel, not as a stop sign. You are capable of looking your fear in the face and walking toward it, not away from it. You are capable of betting on yourself, even when the odds feel stacked against you. But it begins with a choice. A brutal, beautiful, soul-shaking choice. Will you choose your pain? Or will you let life choose it for you? Will you lean into the burn of growth? Or will you settle for the slow, rotting ache of regret? Will you bleed now or bleed later? Because one way or another there is a cost. Comfort is not free, settling is not safe. Waiting is not harmless. Every day you delay. You pay with dreams deferred. You pay with strength unused. You pay with time you can never get back in time. Your time is the most sacred currency you will ever hold. Spend it wisely, spend it bravely. Spend it like someone who knows that the discomfort of trying, the discomfort of building, the discomfort of daring is a price infinitely cheaper than the crushing weight of never having tried at all. Pain is not the enemy, fear is not the enemy. Stagnation is cowardice, is comfort. Worship is a new breathing longing. Becoming, you were made for more than that. You were made for the kind of life that demands everything you've got and gives you back something deeper, something richer, something no comfort zone could ever manufacture. Meaning, pride, legacy, freedom. Choose your pain, choose your fight. Choose your future, start today. Start trembling, start imperfect. Start tired, start confused. But start because the life you dream of is waiting. Not behind a wall of comfort, but behind a mountain of discomfort. You were born to climb it. Once you accept that pain is non-negotiable, that you either choose the hard now or pay a much heavier price later, the next question becomes, what kind of person do you need to become to carry the right kind of pain? Because it's not enough to acknowledge the truth. Intellectually, you had to build the muscle to live it out. You had to build the mental toughness, the emotional resilience, the spiritual stamina to endure the discomfort that real change demands. You have to become the kind of person who doesn't run at the first sign of difficulty. The kind of person who can sit with the burn of becoming without trying to numb it, rationalize it, or escape it. The kind of person who trusts that the pain of growth is a signal you are moving in the right direction, not a sign you are failing. And here's the first, most important truth about becoming that person. Comfort is a liar. Comfort tells you to stay still. Comfort tells you to wait for a better time. Comfort tells you to lower your standards, shrink your dreams, kill your own potential softly, so you never have to face the terror of real effort. Comfort whispers, maybe you're asking too much. Maybe you're dreaming too big. Maybe it's safer to want less, need less, try less. And if you believe it, if you build your life around the avoidance of discomfort, you will lose. You will lose slowly, invisibly, quietly at first. You will lose your ambition. You will lose your courage. You will lose the parts of yourself that dared to believe life could be bigger, richer, deeper than the easy road offers. You will wake up years from now wondering where your fire went and realize you traded it for convenience. That's the real tragedy. That's the real cost. And you don't deserve that. You deserve to live a life on fire, a life fueled by dreams that scare you, a life where you wake up proud, not because it was easy, but because you know you showed up again and again, even when it was brutally hard. And that life, that wild, breathtaking, meaningful life, demands you build a new relationship with pain. It demands you stop seeing pain as punishment and start seeing it as passage. It demands you stop expecting growth to feel and good, start expecting it to feel like tearing and burning and shedding and stretching. Because it is every time you risk something real, your heart, your pride, your effort, you are stepping into a sacred kind of pain. And that sacred pain is not there to destroy you. It's there to forge you. It's there to strip away the parts of you that were never real, never strong enough to carry the weight of your dreams. Anyway, it's there to reveal what's indestructible inside you. But only if you stay, only if you endure, only if you lean in when every cell in your body wants to run, only if you trust that on the other side of this temporary fire is a future too beautiful to be born through comfort alone. So how do you build that strength? How do you become the kind of person who can carry the pain that builds dreams instead of the pain that buries them? You start where you are. You start small. You start with the hard things you've been avoiding. You start with the uncomfortable conversations you've been postponing. You start with the disciplines you keep telling yourself you'll begin tomorrow. You start by facing the tiny, daily pains you've been numbing with distraction, procrastination, perfectionism, self-pity. You start by getting honest Where am I choosing fake comfort now? That will cost me real freedom later. Where am I letting fear of temporary discomfort steal my future pride? Where am I choosing to stay weak? Because the work of strength looks too painful. And then you move before you feel ready. You move while your voice shakes. You move while your hands tremble. You move even when your mind screams that it would be easier to quit. Because it would be easier for now. But the cost later would be unbearable. The cost of regret. The cost of wondering what might have been if you had just stayed in the fight a little longer. If you had just trusted the process a little deeper. If you had just let the pain shape you instead of scare you. And hear me clearly. This is not about hustling yourself into burnout. This is not about glorifying suffering for its own sake. This is about discerning the difference between the pain that destroys and the pain that builds, the pain of hiding, shrinking. Silencing yourself that destroys. The pain of showing up, risking failing forward that builds. You must become a connoisseur of your own pain. You must learn to taste it, test it, ask it. Are you here to wound me or to grow me? Are you here to crush me or to carve me? Are you here to kill my dreams or to make me strong enough to carry them? And when you know the pain is the sacred kind, the birthing kind, the building kind, you must lean in, you must choose it willingly, fiercely, faithfully. Because choosing that pain is choosing your future. Choosing that pain is choosing your power. Choosing that pain is choosing your becoming. Every great life, every great dream, every great love story with yourself and the world is built on the willingness to hurt now in ways that set you free later. And you right now exactly where you are, exactly with the fears and doubts you carry, are capable of making that choice. You are capable of becoming the kind of person who embraces the sacred pain of growth and uses it as fuel. You are capable of carrying the burn of building until the fire inside you is bigger than any fear outside you. You are capable of paying the price now, so you don't have to spend your life bankrupt in regret. You are capable of choosing your pain wisely, bravely, daily. And every time you choose it, every time you lean in instead of checking out, every time you show up for the hard thing instead of hiding from it, you move closer, closer to the life you were born to live, closer to the dreams that scare you and thrill you and stretch you beyond anything comfort ever could. Closer to becoming someone who doesn't just hope life will be better, but who builds a better life with their own two hands, their own stubborn heart, their own unbreakable spirit. Pain is coming either way. Choose yours wisely. Choose the pain that liberates, not the pain that imprisons. Choose the fire that forges you, not the slow rot of regret. Choose your future, not your fear. Choose your dreams, not your distractions. Choose your greatness, not your excuses. Choose now, begin now. Bleed for something that matters. Sweat for something sacred. Break for something beautiful. Live so fully, so fiercely that comfort no longer tempts you. Because you have tasted the freedom that only comes from choosing your before pain. Life chooses it for you. And that freedom is worth every tear, every scar, every tremble, every breath, every fight, every moment you wanted to quit, but didn't. Keep going, keep building, keep burning your way forward. You are closer than you think.